Well, how's it going today, folks? I'm Braap and welcome back to the Braap Shack. Today we have a little bit of time, so we're gonna see if we can't throw together the bottom end of my Polaris Sportsman 500 engine. Um, so let's get to it. Old hurtin'. She's hurting. Fucking let me down. CDI box went on it, so we're waiting for that. In the meantime, we'll slap this crank back together, and who knows, maybe throw the top end on it. Possibly tomorrow we'll disassemble this head, give it a good old cleaning, new guides and seals, and we'll give it a lapping, and hopefully in the next couple videos we'll throw this engine back in the Sportsman and we'll be fucking ripping. So let's get to it. So first things first, let's get a little bit of fucking Loctite. Oh, she's clogged. There we go. Got the Loctite. Next thing, I don't even know if this thing's open yet. We've got some assembly lube. Got some assembly lube, and we will lube before assembly. How's about that? So we'll put a little bit in here. Get a little bit in the bearing. And we'll flip this guy over. Get the other two bearings. Kind of messy, this shit, but some people like to just use, whatever kind of motor oil you're going to be putting in it. The only thing is that if it sits for a while after you build it, or even, it doesn't even have to be a while. It's just, motor oil's thin. It just runs out. Look at this shit. Don't, pretty much stays where you put it. Get this seal down here. again. I've already done the seals, and then I figured I'd bust out the camera. So, just in case there's any dust or anything. So, we can take, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing here. Take the crank. Oh, blow them off one more time too. Put really lots on this one because you want to make sure that assembly lube's going to get down to the bearing below it, right? And like I said, this stuff's so sticky that if you only put a little bit, chances are it's only going to be on the top bearing. So put lots, work it in. You can feel it when this stuff's in the bearing anyway, so. Go. Get the balancing shaft. Oh, there's the shim. Put a crank. Couple little dabs of that there. Oh yeah, no, that shim will stay there for sure. Have a little bit of lube on it. So, there's another shim here. I've already measured for these shims as well. If you don't got the proper shim, you can really wear things out quickly. Or just blow up right off the bat. So, which fucking way does this guy go? Now we gotta pay attention to timing marks. There is a dot. I don't know if you can see this right there. There's a dot on that tooth. There's also a dot right there. Those two dots need to mate up. Put a little bit of lube on there. Lube everything. Just absolutely everything. Can't hurt you. All it can do is help. So, one timing mark. And you see that? Two timing marks lined up. Okay. And take a tiny little bit more lube. Just a couple drops will do. I put really lots on the bearings because, well, they're the bearings. Couple drops. we got the pump. Pull this guy off too. Now they call for you to put, they say put oil on this surface, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to use assembly lube, since I haven't cracked open any of the oil we're going to use. Just a little bit, just a little skiff. But yeah, it calls for you to do this with engine oil, but we got our three bolts here, which I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure it was 6 foot-pounds. Let's fucking torque it, I guess. Five, 6. Maybe I should use an inch-pound torque wrench for this, but maybe not. Pretty weak. Next we have this guy and another shim. Once again, already measured for. So you guys don't want to watch me fucking around with the micrometer anyway. Just wipe that off on the pants there. Fucking, well, I put dust on it. Put in the oil pump gear bolts. These are even smaller and shorter than those 3 10 mils that we just did. They were only 6 foot-pounds. As far as I know, this service manual here doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mention anything about a torque for these little 8 mil, so we'll go a little bit tight. That's what we'll call the torque, a little bit. They got Loctite on them anyway, so. But they are just tiny little bolts. So. Now another shim. So we'll do a little bit of the goop, assembly goop. Anywhere where 2 pieces of metal are gonna touch, assembly lube is your friend. Helps things slide together easier, things don't bind up on you, and if and when they have to move, you know that they have at least some lubrication in them. And damn good lubrication, I might add. This stuff's really good. And so now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of lube here. I'm going to hit a couple of these gears. And on the crank gear. And then I'm just going to rotate the assembly a little bit. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be like, you don't need to fucking do that. Yeah, you probably don't. You're probably right. But, am I hurting anything? I'm reassuring myself that no matter what happens, this engine is lubed. I don't want any fucking friction. Have I forgotten anything? Yeah, maybe some sealant, hey? Let's fucking seal this bitch. You don't need too much, but you also don't need not enough. But too much can be just as bad. You know, if you put way too much and the shit's squishing out all over inside your motor, and, you know, and then, yeah, just no good. No good. Get everything all nice and sealed up. Don't know if I'm supposed to put sealant there, but it's there. Oh, getting gobby. Well, let's see here. Got the junk, got the stuff, got the bolts, got the tight, got the numbers, got the sealant. The crank's in there. I don't know. I probably forgot some shit. And we'll find out when we try and start this. And it's just Deckard. Oh, my fucking finger touched somewhere. Let's get these bolts dropped in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the hell? You're not even looking. Okay. Torque spec, crankcase bolt, 14 foot-pounds. 14 big ones. So there's 10, 15, 14. But we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to snug them up a little bit. And we'll give that fucking RTV a moment. Okay? We'll give it a moment. Not too many moments, but we'll give it a moment. Usually just snug it up just until shit starts to squish out. And then leave it for, 5 or 10 minutes. I can't remember what the fucking bottle says. Maybe I'll check. But you're supposed to leave it for a little bit, let it set up just a bit, and then you go to your full torque. So now I'll just snug up the rest just to match. Just barely fucking finger tight. And then we'll just leave that for a minute. And yeah, and we'll tighten them up. She should be just dandy. I probably forgot 13 things while doing this, but that's okay. This is mine. This Sportsman is mine, so if there's anybody out there ever thinking of bringing your machine to the braap shack, don't worry. I like to experiment and fuck around with my things, but customer machines get taken care of around here. Alrighty, well, let's give that a moment. Clean up some of this shit. Slimy old assembly lube. How the fuck does this assembly go again? Mechanical seal, sealing washer. There's 2 sealing washers. One in front of and one behind the impeller. So, I have the impeller. I have 1 sealing washer. I think that means I'm short. Well, isn't that some shit? Hey? Let's see what I got around here. Oh, that's not copper. torque on that little fucking thing. Tight, I guess. Where's the thermostat go on this machine? There's got to be a T-stat around here somewhere. It probably goes right there on the side of the head. So that would mean that this guy's probably got a gasket. Okay, probably got a gasket. Has she got a gasket? Oh yes, she's got a gasket. I don't know, which one is it? Which fucking one is it, eh? Probably one same shape as it, I would fucking guess. Like maybe probably that? Or does that match up too good? That matches up way too good, that can't be right. No. 4 bolts. One, two. Oh, those 4 are the same. What do you figure? Eh? Let's get some Loctite on them. Get some Loctite on them. Then, where is the shit? Spray a gasket. Let's see, what does it say here? She can will for 1 minute. Repeat procedure at intervals. Hold 15, 20 5 centimeters away from area sprayed. All surfaces must assembly. "30 seconds. Fuck, even I can wait that long. I don't want it all over my hands, though. Right? What do we got here? We've got bungee. What do you think the water pump housing bolt torque is? 3? 5? Probably doesn't even say. Crankcase 14, water pump mechanical seal. 1 million plugs. A little bit tight, I guess, is what we're gonna go with. Just a couple gugadas is all you need. Just a couple though. Hand gugas are big. A hand gugada is bigger than any impact gugada. Not too fucking tight. You strip these out and then you got shit to do. You know what I mean? Then you gotta fucking drill it and tap it and clean it and fucking find a new bolt and or Healy it. Hey. Okay, so now we've got this guy. Should go this way. There's a keyway, so you can't put it in the wrong spot. But now here, this is where they're calling for a torque spec on this little fucking. So we're gonna torque that with a hammer and a screwdriver, most fucking likely. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have that kind of wrench, nor do I feel like finding one or buying one. So we're going to use permanent strength. Loctite. Ooh. I wonder if we can get the fucking timing chain in. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, well then it doesn't need to be there right now. Like I said in the last video when I was cleaning all this shit, I've never been into one of these engines. This one, being as this one's mine, I figured I'd, why the hell not, right? Reverse threaded. But we're gonna want to get all that permanent Loctite off of that fucking, off of there. We don't want to leave that. There we go. Oh. There. Yeah, no, like I said, we'll fucking just beat it into submission, I guess. I mean, I don't got that wrench. So, let's just fucking beat it into submission. I mean, it says, what the fuck does it say here? Slotted 35 to 51 foot-pounds. So, I mean, it gives me a pretty broad range to fucking, you know, they must expect that people are going to do this. That's why they give you such a broad range of torque. You know, normally torque spec will be like plus or minus, you know, maybe 5 pounds, but not whatever that was. Ow! That's got to be 35 to 51 foot-pounds, right? What do you think? Fine, don't answer me. You guys never answer me. There. That's good, fucking good enough. So, I'm gonna wait 1 hour for that RTV to set up, and we can crank that down, and then we can drop the cylinder on, and we'll put the piston on the rod, and put the cylinder over the piston. After we install the rings on the piston, and we'll be that much closer to having a fucking motor, boys. Fuck yeah. Especially since this fucking thing let me down. I'm gonna be rocking a Polaris soon. But I'll be back with you at about 10 after 10. Well, there we go. It's a little after 10. Let's torque this down. 14 foot-pounds. 10, 15, 14. They're all 10 millimeter. I usually like to torque them in a couple steps, so I don't just go from, you know, the finger tight that it was to fucking full torque. Go around, snug them all up a little bit. Then I'll go back to the first one and I'll start torquing to 14. Some people might say, oh, there's probably a torque procedure. Oh, you gotta do this one first and that one second. I don't fucking care. We'll go back to number one and we'll just check them all. Make sure that they're all still at there you go. Rotating assembly done. So I'm gonna shut her down for night. Tomorrow we will throw the cylinder, piston, rings on it, and we will start rebuilding this head. I don't know if we'll finish or not, but that'll be for tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Have a gooder.